In just a moment, a chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
You take a look at Napier. He's there in the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting. The fans have really gotten behind him.
And that's the way it should be. Kevin, you could make a case that he should be a starter, but there's just so many great players in the East. Just being in the top 10 shows how much respect the fans have for him.
And keep tuning in for updated results. You can visit NBA.com for more. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Napier is out there with Taylor. Then there's Allen. Then there's Campbell. And it's Dixon in at the point guard. And for Cincinnati, they've got Skinny. Clutch out there with Cooper. Then there's Shake and Bake. And it's Taylor in at the 5 down low. Here is Skinny. Here's Cooper. They get a hand on it. Skinny the pass to Cooper. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Powers. Over Dixon. The step back jumper is good. Shake and Bake's got the first points up on the board for Cincinnati. To the wing right side. Here's Napier. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Here's Clutch. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto. Here's Taylor. The shot. No good. And Detroit the other way now.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
So it's Cincinnati now after the basket by Detroit. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Here's Cooper. Brent, as the season goes on, and here we are about halfway through, are players' roles still evolving?
Not the starters at this point, Kevin. They're pretty much
They
set.
are what they are.
They are set in their ways, and they're set in the minutes that they're going to be playing. What the coaches are trying to find are unique combinations that might have to be on the floor because circumstances from the other team are dictating so. So which are my lineups that I can have out there that defensively I'm going to shut down great guard play? Which of the lineups do I have to have out there in order for us to have enhanced shooting ability for a stretch of minutes? Which ones are going to speed my team up to put pressure on the opposition? I think that's where it is that coaches are trying to do a little bit of tweaking. They ran that play exactly as it was drawn up. Nice job.
Taylor kicks to Allen. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Here is Skinny. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Cooper. And count it from 19 feet away. Cooper's got his second basket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Here's Dixon. That 3 off the mark.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Shake and Bake. He's coming off a 19-point game against Toronto.
And, guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
Here's lights out after the basket by Cincinnati. Pass to Taylor. Fires from the wing. No good on the shot. And it's Cincinnati the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
And so it's Detroit with the ball after the basket by Cincinnati. From the top of the key, Taylor with the rebound. Taylor's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Napier pulls it down. Detroit trails by 4. Pass to Dixon. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Back to Allen. Taylor with the rebound. Cincinnati has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Skinny. Rebound, Detroit. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, it was such an unlikely outcome. I don't think anybody saw that transpiring. That third-quarter frenzy they put together, just incredible.
Wasted no time on that one.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Some numbers for Napier. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, averaging 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Now here's Allen. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Shot clock at 6. Detroit, no good that time either. And here's Cincinnati. Big stretch here going 10-2.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Here's Napier. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
2 stops. Last on the first.
Free throw drops for Napier. Both good from the line that time. Cincinnati leading by 4. Powers the pass to Taylor. Here's Cooper. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Taylor. It's tipped. Here's Napier. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Now off the inbound, and it's in off the backboard. Napier's got 6 points.
Rabbit's foot in the shoe that time. Got lucky because the pick has to be better. It made no impact, but they still got the score.
Here's Shake and Bake. He's got 6. Right side, Taylor. Powers the pass to Taylor. And Taylor with the stuff.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And Cincinnati making a change here. Thomas has checked in.
One shot.
Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant. They play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best. I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Right side, Taylor. Kicks it to Allen. There's the pass to Campbell. Here's lights out. And they're moving it up. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
For Cincinnati, they've made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Here's what Cincinnati's going with right now. The eraser comes in for Cooper. And it's Booker in for Shake and Bake. And then for Detroit, Baller, he's checked in for Allen. The Mayor comes in for Taylor. And Jay's subbed in for Lights Out. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 8-point game. Knocks it loose. Booker looking around. Traps in the trade.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add two ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Back to Napier.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Outside Thomas. Floats one up. Campbell grabs the board. Detroit trails by 9. Here's Jay, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Big Cat. 5th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And yeah, he's been a brutal shot blocker all season long. As you said, top 5 in the league. He's a dangerous force to face inside. That free throw, no good. Skinny is checked in for Clutch. And he's good on the second. Here's Thomas. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Taylor. Back to Thomas. And the layup's good off the glass.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And he comes up with the deuce.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Okeke after the basket by Detroit. Booker with no one around. No good with the triple.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Here's Jay, here's Gary, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Prime time's checked in for Detroit. Officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden get a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. So it's Detroit now after the basket by Cincinnati. Baller passes to Jay. High, arcing shot. They get it back. Campbell, his second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first. Taylor passes to Okeke. Outside Thomas. Now here's Taylor. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
I also thought he did a tremendous job in terms of timing in that game, swatting away some shots. Ended up with 3 blocks in that game.
Detroit trails by 5. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
They swipe it. Down low. Campbell's shot's good. Now it's just a 3-point Cincinnati lead.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the inside, Taylor, and it's blocked.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Up the floor. A nice shot by Okeke.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Okeke. Knocked loose. Outside Holiday. 5 on the clock. And here's Booker from the arc. From beyond the arc and then some. Booker's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Cincinnati. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Baller passes to Okeke. Inside, here's Campbell. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Cincinnati has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Thomas inside. Got a piece of it. And that one hits back iron. We'll get right back to the action when we return. hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from what we've seen from Cincinnati, guys, what are you seeing?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. The mayor is out there with Primetime. Then there's Baller. Then there's Jay. And it's Campbell in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Booker. After the basket by Detroit. Pass to Okeke. To the middle. Here's Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Gary. A second chance effort. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Cincinnati takes possession. Having an efficient three-point attack. Very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Enzo Thomas will bring it up for Cincinnati. They've led by as many as 11 points. The pass to Okeke. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Okeke's got his first bucket in this one. Detroit trails by 3. Here's Okeke. Pass to Campbell. To the right side. Clock at 6. Here's Okeke. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Cincinnati. Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And he can't get the first one. Skinny is checked in for Cincinnati. And then for Detroit, Taylor's checked in for Campbell. And Allen subbed in for Ball. He hits the second from the line. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Well, Cincinnati shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Outside Holiday. Skinny the pass to Holiday. Some nice passing here by Cincinnati. 6 to shoot. Booker with it. He's got 6. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And that one is good. Allen's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Okeke passes to Skinny. To the inside. Rain Man. Taylor with the rebound.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Jay, the pass to Primetime. Right through the D for the layup. Primetime's got the lead up to 2 now for Detroit.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
To the paint. And the layup is good.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
For Detroit, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. Jay, the pass to Taylor. Goes up on the wing. Kept alive with 1 on the clock. Powered down with both hands.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
So it's Cincinnati now after the basket by Detroit. Here's Rain Man. Misses off the left iron. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Allen. Shoots from the right block, and it's good for 2. Allen's got 6.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Okiki. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Passes it to Jay. Lets it go from the wing. And Detroit again with the bucket. So it's Cincinnati now, trailing by 4. Booker the pass to Holiday. The drive by Booker. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 8 points for the captain. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. The pass to Primetime. Really left alone that time. Primetime's got the lead back up to 4 now for Detroit.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Now here is Holiday. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And first time out of the game called for Cincinnati.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team, Greg.
And Cincinnati will go for a different look here. Taylor's checked in for Skinny. Cooper comes in for the eraser. Clutch, he's checked in for Rain Man. And Shake and Bake subbed in for Booker. Detroit also making some changes. Napier, he's checked in for the Mayor. And Lights Out subbed in for Allen. Here's Clutch. He's got 5. 4 on the clock. Pass to Cooper. From deep. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Skinny.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Here's Lights Out. A 23-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Skinny lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
For Cincinnati, they've been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
One shot.
Here's Lights Out. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. So the wing on the left. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Cincinnati.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Now here's Taylor. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta. He gets that one.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's shake and bake. And it's blocked. And they're running. Here's Dixon. Buries the open three to cap the break. Lights out's got the lead up to 7 now for Detroit.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Now here's Taylor. Here's shake and bake. He's got 8. Here's Cooper. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Cooper's got 6.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Here's lights out. He's got 5. Pass to Taylor. 6 on the shot clock. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Powers the pass to Cooper. Here's Clutch. And another 3 for Cincinnati.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's lights out. Stripped it away. Here's Clutch. Oh. And he goes in for the dunk.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's shake and bake. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Taylor after the basket by Detroit. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there.
2 shots.
Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. And Cincinnati making a change here. Thomas is checked in. And then for Detroit, Campbell comes in for prime time. And it's Baller in for Jay. So it's Cincinnati now. 4-point game. Here's Clutch. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 13 points for Clutch.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
Dixon passes to Napier. Passes it to Dixon. Fires the 3. No good. And it's Cincinnati the other way.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Gary, he's guarded by Thomas. Here's Gary. Taylor with the rebound. Taylor's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Down low. Cooper with the bucket. Cooper's got 8. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Here's lights out. He has 7. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Now, that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
For Detroit, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. Cincinnati has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Powers the pass to Taylor. Rebound by Napier.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. So it's Cincinnati now after the basket by Detroit. Now the pass to Cooper. Lets the three fly. And another three for Cincinnati.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Napier feeling it out a bit. Pass to Dixon. Here's Taylor. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Taylor's got 5 points in the quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's shake and bake. He's got 8. Pass to Taylor. 6 to shoot. A fader. Shoots. No good there.
Well, the fact that he has that many rebounds for a guy of his size and stature shows you he truly cares about grabbing possessions off the rim.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Detroit leads by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K. Checking out Detroit. Kenny, what did you see from them?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their efforts.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they're not matching up well defensively, giving up a lot of open looks, a lot of easy points. They're allowing a crazy high shooting percentage, 60% and up. Time to step it up quick.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by Thunder.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for Cincinnati. Taylor is out there with Cooper, and it's clutch. Then there's shake and bake, and it's Skinny in at the shooting guard. There's shake and bake after the basket by Detroit. Passes to Taylor. Some nice passing here by Cincinnati. Here's clutch. Fires from 14. Allen with the rebound.
And they continue to control the glass.
Inside, here's Campbell, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Campbell drills both of them. Cincinnati trails by 8. Powers the pass to Taylor. stolen by Napier. He feeds it to Taylor. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. And it's 9 points for D.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here's Taylor, and the layup falls.
Unblockable shot unless they get a bigger man on him. And I'm looking at the roster sheet, Kevin. I don't see anybody bigger.
Dixon passes to Taylor. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Detroit keeping it alive. A new 14. Rejected by Taylor. Here's shake and bake. Campbell defending. Here's Cooper. Detroit with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Powers the pass to Taylor. Here's Cooper. Tries from 16. Offensive rebound, Taylor.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Shake and Bake. The past month has been surreal. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
And he makes the first. And Taylor drops them both. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Allen against Cooper. Allen drives in. Count that one. Allen's got 8.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Cincinnati calls timeout.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Detroit, they've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Cincinnati, 8 games out.
And checking out Detroit got to be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
Pocket 2. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Got that one up quick. Lights out's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for Detroit.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Here's Powers, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Now, here's Napier. 12 points for him. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And I love that move for this guy. When he's in rhythm, that's money.
Cincinnati trails by 16. Powers the pass to Taylor. Rebound, Detroit. Allen's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Napier. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Here's Powers. Excellent D there from Allen.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through, but he recovers it. And the pass to Powers. Tipped away. It's stolen by Allen. And here they come. Here's Dixon. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. So for Cincinnati, the Erasers checked in for Cooper. Rain Man comes in for Skinny. And it's Booker in for Shake and Bake. The Mayor is checked in for Detroit. Allen right side. It's Allen on the wing. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 5 to shoot. A floater. The shot, no good. And it's Cincinnati the other way. Here's Clutch, defended by Allen. Excellent D there from Allen. Detroit leading by 20. Pass to Dixon. Now Napier. 18 points for him. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. 3-pointer. That shot, no good. Good D by Booker. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Down low, picked off in midair. Detroit's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Okiki. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Now let's take a second to bring up our rookie leaderboard for a glance at this year's top first-year free throw shooters. You look at the Eraser, second in the NBA. So great from the line.
And really, he needs to continue getting to the free throw line as much as possible because he's pretty deadly once he gets there.
Oh, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Thomas checked in for Clutch. And Detroit with a change here, too. Jay's checked in for lights out. That one falls, so he hits both of them. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously, and I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Alberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Cincinnati calls timeout. Doc with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
Baller, he's checked in for Allen.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Thomas. How last month turned out for him. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
I just want to kick back and lounge here because when this guy's hot, it's a love story. And when he's cold, it's a nightmare. So sit back, get your popcorn. Let's see what he does.
Now, here's Thomas. Rain Man passes to Taylor. Tries from 10. Campbell grabs the board. Campbell's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to Baller. Fires it up. Wide open shot is on the money. Baller's got 5 points so far. Cincinnati has gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Pass to Napier. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Well, Cincinnati shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Thomas's shot is off. Detroit leading by 22. Here's Okeke. He's got 7. And there's the pass to Campbell. Rejected by Taylor. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Primetime's checked in for Detroit. Here's Gary. Lays it up off the glass. 7 points in the game.
A terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
Thomas passes to Rain Man. Some nice passing here by Cincinnati. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Cincinnati. On Saturday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Tuesday.
And for that game against the Hawks, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And he can't hit the second. Detroit leading by 23. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, hammers the alley-oop through.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Booker up top, 8 points for him. Pass to Taylor. Shoots over Campbell. Taylor's shot, good. Taylor's got 6 in the quarter.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Passes it to Primetime. Feeds to Napier. The shot's good. Napier's got 12 points here in the second half.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Pass to Okeke. Outside, Taylor. There's the pass to Okeke. Over Napier. Okeke, no good. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Baller passes to Campbell. Here's Primetime. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half. Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out trying to win this game. Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Baller passes to Campbell. 1:19 left to play here in the third. Here's Napier. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Napier's got 26.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Outside, Taylor. Pass to Okiki. To the inside. Here's Rain Man. That's tipped. Now here's Napier. Defense right on him. Rejected by Taylor. To the paint. Here's Rain Man. It's blocked. Over to the wing. Okiki passes to Baller. Taylor against Campbell. It's rebounded by Cincinnati.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Ball's knocked loose. From the arc. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so is Detroit, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Until we start defending with any purpose.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Anderson is out there with Jay. Then there's Baller. Then there's Campbell. And it's Brown in at the 5. To the middle. Here's Jay. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Elite passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
Hill passes to Big Dog. It's back to Hill. Teardrop shot. Detroit with the rebound. Baller's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's Anderson with the drive. Banked in off the glass.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Hill passes to Big Dog. It's back to Hill. To the inside. Here's Big Dog. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And here's Anderson. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
So it's Cincinnati now after the basket by Detroit. Here's Rain Man, and his offensive struggles continue. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Campbell throws it down.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now here is Hill, and they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
For Detroit, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Gary. Brown trying to free himself up. Can't hit from 12.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Hill looking around. Kicks it to Holiday. Clock at 6. Here's Mann. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And, well, Detroit shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Jay, the pass to Campbell. Here's Jay. Out of hand on it. They retain possession. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
For Cincinnati, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. It's back to Hill. Passes it to Big Dog. Here's Rain Man. Here's Mann. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mr. Incredible's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And, well, Detroit shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Baller passes to Campbell. Over Hill. Campbell's shot's good. So it's Cincinnati now. The pass to Big Dog. Here is Mr. Incredible. Pass to Hill. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Harry, he's guarded by Hill. Pass to Campbell. Just 5 on the clock. It's good.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Hill against Anderson. Hill passes to Big Guy. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. But obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Passes it to Campbell. Here's Brown. The shot off that time, and it's Cincinnati the other way. Looking to get back on track here, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up, and Detroit gets called for the foul.
Cincinnati. Rain. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Now here's Anderson. Brown trying to free himself up, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
That's his second personal foul. At the line, Anderson. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. So it's Cincinnati now. The pass to Mann. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds to Cincinnati. They'll retain possession.
Get open, get open.
Here's Big Dog. Pass to Mann. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down low, Big Dog. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Taylor up top, guarded by Holiday. From the wing, shot is good off the back rim and in. 11 points for D.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
Passes it to Mann. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feeling of the players in that locker, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right. All about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can. That's an important factor.
Cincinnati has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Hill passes to Mann. Outside Hill. Now the pass to Mann. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
Now here's Taylor. Pass to Campbell. Goes back up. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches?
No.
Take a break. Take a break.
Well, I don't know if...
I mean, if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game, somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. I mean, quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time. Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
And it's a completely new group for Cincinnati. Detroit also making some changes. Campbell, he's checked in for Brown. Napier comes in for Anderson. And Allen subbed in for Jay. He's perfect from the line this time.
And that puts him right around 90 from the free throw line. Really good work here in the second half.
Skinny the pass to Powers. Here's Clutch. And he slams that one down.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Here's Campbell. Right side Taylor. Poked away. Here's Clutch. Rebound, Detroit. Allen's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Outside, Taylor. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. For Cincinnati, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Campbell grabs the board. And, well, Detroit shooting here in the fourth quarter around 41%. Out to the right wing. A shot by Taylor, no good. Cincinnati has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Powers, the pass to Skinny. Here's Cooper. Napier covering. Here's Shake and Bake. 5 on the clock. Goes up to the stripe. Rebound by Napier. Napier's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Detroit.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Doc.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Taylor. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Outside, Taylor. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.